Alright, so yo peeps, Staffer here, and welcome. Today we're gonna be doing a reaction to the new hero spotlight for the Helcurt Revamp that just dropped today. I haven't watched this yet. I'm very interested to see what exactly they've changed about him. Obviously, as an MPL caster, I gotta know what's gonna be happening. We're just gonna have a look at the hero spotlight that was released on the official MLBB channel and basically see what I think about the brand new Helcurt. So let's just have a look here.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to a new hero revamp spotlight featuring Helcurt, the Shadowbringer. In this rework, Helcurt retains his explosive burst
Ouch.
damage.
Ooh, that's okay, that's interesting.
Movement speed and HP regen when not in the enemy's vision. Additionally, his first skill has a shorter cooldown, and he can now stack deadly stingers passively.
Oh, really? Okay.
Helcurt.
Alright, so first things first, from what I could see of the initial clips, he does feel like he's faster. The burst damage is about the same, but there was definitely some like invisibility camouflage thing going on, similar to the way we play like Natalia. And yeah, he also obviously looks updated. Like, I wasn't sure how they might glow up Helcurt, because every time they revamp a hero, they always glow them up in terms of like aesthetic and design. But because Helcurt has always been like the little cockroach guy, I wasn't sure how much better looking they could make him. Honestly, he does look good. He looks a lot more threatening. I also realized that where my camera is, it looks like he's grabbing me, so... Oh. But yeah, let's see what exactly what they've changed with his skills.
Passive. Shadow of Sticks.
Sticks?
Helcurt's passive has been completely reworked. Helcurt now enters the Prowler state when he is not in the enemy's vision, gaining movement speed. If he has not dealt any damage, he will also continuously regen HP.
Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, so firstly, he's got a new passive, so I'm assuming he no longer silences. Which... I'm hoping it's on one of his other abilities, because like Helcurt was like the only hero that had a silence in his kit. So if they took that out completely, then that's just not a mechanic in the game anymore. Secondly, he is basically just Natalia. So he is invisible, he moves faster when no one sees him. And he regens, so he's also Hilda. So... honestly, I feel like he can be a pretty good roam. Like, legitimately a good assassin roam. Okay.
When Helcurt is spotted by enemies, he gains extra movement speed and attack speed, and will exit Prowler state after a short duration.
Okay.
When an enemy hero dies after being damaged by Helcurt, they will release a ring of dark fog that will conceal Helcurt if he touches it. This effect has its own cooldown. First skill.
Okay, this is quite something then. So if unlike Natalia, where if you see her, she needs to do something, Helcurt is actually given a boost to movement speed when he is seen for a short while. So it's not a big problem for him if someone pops in all of a sudden. And if you kill, you get a fog that hides you so that you can regen and basically re-enter the fight, I'm assuming. So I think that's good, because assassins always have the problem where they go in, they burst one person, and then they're not able to do anything else. Like, better assassins usually have more tools to do that. That's why you see like how Lance, Ling, Fanny were all pretty popular in the past, because they were very good at going in and out of the fight. So this definitely makes Helcurt pretty solid as an assassin, but we'll have to look at the rest of his skills first.
Helcurt's first skill retains its blink function.
So this is a new name.
To instantly move to a target location while dealing physical damage and slowing enemies. But a new mechanic has been added to the first skill. When Helcurt is in his Prowler state, the cooldown
oh my god,
skill will rapidly decrease.
That's fast.
Enemies hit by the skill will be terrified.
Okay, that's strong. So if he is in Prowler state, the cooldown of this first skill goes down faster. And it terrifies. So if Helcurt is able to chain kills, he can get this off cooldown multiple times and terrify multiple people in one fight. And I already really disliked playing against Terrify when I was playing against like heroes like Vexana. So the fact that he's able to do this more consistently with higher burst damage, he actually is just, he is actually a cockroach. He is legitimately a cockroach and I am going to be terrified.
Second skill, Deadly Stinger.
I'm assuming this is the same.
Second skill, casting it will launch all Deadly Stingers at
Okay.
the target location, dealing physical damage to enemies. However, now Helcurt will passively gain Deadly Stinger stacks while in the Prowler state.
Oh my god.
Ultimate.
So it gets worse. It's not just his skill 1 cooldown that goes down faster when he's in Prowler state. He doesn't even have to auto attack to build up Deadly Stinger. So Helcurt is basically the ultimate in and out assassin. He is straight up just better Natalia, better Hilda in some senses of the word. Yeah, I mean this is definitely going to make him a really like strong assassin straight up. Like I can see him being good jungle obviously, but I can see him being good roam as well. Honestly, I feel like we have to test him out. I feel like he could be good in a lot more places than we think.
Dark Knight Falls. Helcurt's revamped ultimate no longer grants attack speed or the extra stack of Deadly Stinger.
Okay.
But the main mechanics of the skill remain unchanged. The ultimate still reduces the range of the enemy's vision and causes them to lose allied vision upon cast.
Alright, so Dark Knight Falls is still the same, which is fine. It was already like one of the stronger and more unique ultimates we had in MLBB. What I really like is that his new passive just inherently combos well with Dark Knight Falls. Like, because of the fact that people can't see, he just naturally can enter Prowler state a lot more easily. And so the combination just becomes stronger. Like, his entire kit feels a lot more synergistic, like, compared to the past where he would just silence someone when he got crowd control. That didn't make a lot of sense, but it does mean that his silence got removed. So, a little bit sad about that, because that's one of the things that made Helcurt unique. But also not so sad, because having to play around that silence was a pain in the butt.
In the laning phase, use Helcurt's first skill to terrify the enemy. Follow up with his second skill to deal high damage. Then use the extra movement speed and attack speed from his passive to get the kill.
And the Terrify naturally synergizes with Deadly Stinger as well. There was a problem in the past where Helcurt would miss his Deadly Stinger because of how narrow the hitbox was. Now if you're Terrified, if you miss Deadly Stingers, you're just bad at the game.
In teamfights, use Helcurt's ultimate.
And then the Terrify is so good as well.
Target a squishy hero with his first skill into second skill combo and escape with the dark fog from his passive after securing the kill. Stay in Prowler state for cooldowns to strike again. Helcurt boasts high burst damage.
He is straight up a cockroach. He is in and out. He hides when he kills someone. He regens. He gets cooldown reduction. Yeah, okay. That's actually like, oops. That's like just straight up strong. That is legit. Like, okay, what is their recommended item build? The Corrosion Scythe, I guess, makes sense because he does want to auto attack somewhat, but I feel like you probably don't want to start Corrosion Scythe. I feel like you probably want to go the typical Heptasy Hunter Strike combo first. But then if you do that, it doesn't really make a lot of sense to go Corrosion Scythe third item either. This will take some testing. I think it's gonna take a little bit more playing around to see whether or not Corrosion Scythe is something you really need. Because you don't really need the slow. I don't really feel like you need the attack speed, because typically Helcurt will just build up Deadly Stingers out of battle before this. And now with Prowler state, he naturally builds them up as well. So I don't really think Corrosion Scythe is necessary. You just go the typical assassin item build, but I'm not too sure. That's something we're gonna have to test out in game.
Having decent sustain damage, but if he stays exposed for too long, he can quickly lose his advantage.
Definitely a snowball type hero.
Level 1, upgrade Helcurt's second skill and continue to prioritize upgrading it as his main source of damage.
His ganking is going to be very good. Like, just straight up, a very good jungle and roamer.
On an enemy to hit them with all Deadly Stingers simultaneously. Use Helcurt's first skill while in Prowler state to terrify targets, followed by his second skill to deal maximum damage.
Oh, I'm terrified of this, actually.
Passive, along with the vision reduction effect of his ultimate, allows Helcurt to easily escape the enemy's vision, activating his passive and reducing cooldowns for the next ambush.
Like, Helcurt already had a lot of utility with Dark Knight Falls before this, because of blinding the entire enemy team.
This build for Helcurt for a balance between
Now the fact that he, like, regens, he gets cooldown reduction, he gets to escape easier, and re-enter the fight easier with Terrify. Helcurt is, I feel like Helcurt is legit. I feel like once he becomes available, if he is not, like, prio first pick ban material, he is at the very least going to be a popular pickup. Or maybe I'm completely wrong. I've said this in the past for multiple heroes when I watched the hero spotlight, and I've just been straight up wrong, so But looking at, let's see their reasoning for the items.
Sustained damage while not neglecting survivability. Corrosion side is Helcurt's core equipment. The deadly stingers from his second skill will trigger its extra damage.
Okay, actually, yeah, that must make sense. I didn't think about that, because deadly stingers count as a basic attack. So you can take advantage of corrosion scythe slow. But I feel like your goal is still going to be to burst people, so I feel like going for Heptasis and Hunter Strike first makes more sense. But again, I need to test.
Instantly stacks his attack speed bonus. Add a Blade of the Heptasis to enhance Helcurt's burst damage, and finish with Rose Gold Meteor to improve his survivability.
Alright, emblem setup makes sense. You don't need movement speed on him. That's for sure.
Damage. The damage from Helcurt's second skill can quickly trigger Lethal Ignition's effect, while his passive works really well with Seasoned Hunter for fast jungle clears. Helcurt's skill set makes him an excellent jungler and ganker, so we recommend taking the Retribution battle spell.
I wonder what would be a good battle spell for him when you're playing him like a roam assassin, right? You probably don't need Flicker, so I wonder if you just like grab like Petrify on top of his already existing Terrify and just become an absolute nuisance during teamfights.
Helcurt can swiftly approach enemies with his mobility and quickly take down heroes like Layla, Chang'e, and Veiler.
Yeah, makes sense.
Damage. Helcurt should avoid tank heroes that he can't burst down, such as Frederick.
Yep, this makes sense as well.
Once Helcurt is caught by their CC, they can make short work of it with their teammates. Helcurt's ultimate is a great tool to obscure the enemy's vision and makes it easier for him and his team to engage. Additionally, heroes with CC like Tigreal, Esmeralda, and Terizla work great with Helcurt to...
How does Esmeralda have CC? It's literally only her stun from Falling Star Moon. How is she next to Tigreal and Terizla?
secure kills. In the early game, Helcurt's fast jungling speed allows him to quickly reach level 4 and start going for ganks.
My god, that is actually a lot of damage.
In late game teamfights, Helcurt should focus on the squishy enemies, utilizing his high mobility and ultimate to cut their vision and create an opportunity for a kill. Helcurt can then use the Dark Fog to escape and have his skills ready for another round.
Man, okay. This is gonna be something. I really want to try him actually. I feel like he's one of those assassins.
We'll be seeing you in the land of dawn.
I think he's definitely one of those assassins now that's going to be like really strong, but also not difficult to play, right? Like he doesn't feel like he'd be difficult to learn. And he seems very forgiving because he does have the inbuilt like regen, movement speed, deadly stinger build up. He is just straight up better Natalia, Hilda mushed together. So that's quite something. Like I legitimately think Helcurt is going to be quite meta, not just as a jungler, but as a roamer seems very possible. I don't know if he's going to be very good in other lanes, but considering that we know in this patch they're going to be focusing a lot on enabling assassins and kind of nerfing tanks a little bit, Helcurt should be a lot better because his counters, like the tanky heroes that he can't burst and snowball with the fog off of, may not be quite as prevalent as before. Again, we're going to have to look at the meta, but I do like this revamp quite a lot. I think it's a great upgrade. I think his kit is a lot more synergistic with the way his Prowler State and Dark Knight Falls work together, as well as the Terrify into the Deadly Stingers. So all in all, big fan of the Helcurt Revamp. I think we're going to see a lot of him in the meta. And yeah, hopefully we get to see more revamps like this for other heroes, because definitely a lot of other peeps in the game right now need a new fresh coat of paint. So yeah, that's my first time reaction to the Helcurt Hero Spotlight for the Helcurt Revamp. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys drop a like and subscribe. Write a comment down below saying what you think about the revamp. Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? And yeah, see you on the next video.